Your website is your number one marketing asset. It has the ability to unlock a huge amount of new clients in your business. But unfortunately, many business owners, they just neglect their website. It's not as sexy as Facebook and social media and LinkedIn and all these other platforms out there. And so they put all their focus on these other platforms, but in the meantime, their website is slowly grinding to a halt. It's kind of like a car that hasn't been serviced and maintained properly, and it'll work, but eventually it just seizes up and it doesn't work. And if you want to grow your business online, I want to show you how your business is the foundation, it's the cornerstone of all of your online marketing. And if you get your website right, it will enhance everything you do online, whether it's paid advertising or social media or YouTube or email marketing or any other platform you want to use. It will help you grow your business faster. So why is your website so important to your business? It's important because it's the only platform that you actually own. You know, you can spend a lot of time on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or some other platform out there, but when they change the rules or when they're hit hard by changes out of their control, then you suffer. But with your website, you are not affected by these external changes. So instead of putting all of your effort into Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, which are constantly changing, you need to put a lion's share of your effort into your website, because when everything else collapses, when everything goes bad, your website is still 100% in your control, and you have a lot more flexibility of what you can do with your website to grow your business. So why should you focus on your website? You should focus on your website because there are millions of searches happening every single day on Google, and where do those people end up who start the searches? They're ending up on company websites. Google always redirects someone to a website. Now, if Google gives you someone and says that this person and presents them to your website, if you don't have a highly optimized website for conversion, then you will squander that lead or that prospect that Google gives you. And so you need to make sure that your website is the best website when it comes to getting your prospects' attention and getting them to commit to working with you. And that doesn't happen by chance. That is something that has to be worked on. And so there's millions of searches. How are you positioned to take advantage of those searches every single day? Can Google find your website? Are you high up on the search rankings? Or are you low down? Are you not even found? And when someone gets to the website, can you convert them into a lead and then a client? And your website is the first step in that process. Do you know that you're losing clients to your prospects because your website is not optimized? You know, every day there are people who are searching and going to websites, and websites that have been neglected are just losing visitors. Do you know the statistic is that 97% of people who come to a website will leave and never return? But a highly optimized website will be able to do something with that visitor and take them through the sales funnel. But that happens with intention. It happens by design, not by fluke. And so I want to show you the 40 key components that it takes to actually turn an average website into a lean, mean sales machine. But right now, I'm going to teach you 10 of them. They're going to be in quick succession, and we're going to go through them fast, but you're going to learn something right now about how you can turn your website into a lead generation engine. Are you ready? Okay, so the first one is this. 97% of people who come to your website will leave and never return. That's the stat. So how do you capture more of those people so they actually stay on your website and stay in control of the relationship? The way you do it is by adding something called a lead magnet. It's a free giveaway that actually captures the contact details of your visitor. So when they do leave, you at least can call them, or you can email them, or you can SMS them. Does your website have a lead magnet on every single page of your website to capture the 97% of people who are not ready to buy right now, but will be in the next week or months? So the second component you need to adjust and tweak on your website is when someone fills in the contact us form or fills in a lead magnet and gets the lead magnet, do you have a 2-week indoctrination sequence of emails or SMSs that educates your prospect and ask them to book an appointment or to buy your product. That is a follow-up sequence. It should be automated and every single website should have it. Does your website have that indoctrination sequence? So number 3 is this. When someone hits your website and leaves, they're never going to come back. So what you can do is retarget that person with Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads or Google ads to get them back to the website for the next month or 2 months. Now, why would you do that? Because if someone hits your website, they are interested in your business. They're just not interested right now. And so they may be busy or they may have got distracted or they may be ready in a month. But once they hit the website, are you running retargeting ads to stay in the forefront with those prospects so you can get them back, capture their details, and then market to them with your indoctrination sequence over the next few months? Do you have this working on your website? Component number 4 that you need to tweak is your website copy. Is your website copy all about you and your business and how great you are and how much you want to win a client? Or is it about your prospect and their pain point and their problem? You know, the best way to win someone over is to articulate their problem better than they can. There's a great quote by a psychologist called Wyatt Woodsmore, and he says, if you can articulate someone's problem better than they can, they'll automatically and unconsciously credit you with having the solution. Now, does your website describe the problem of your prospects so well that they think, these people must know the answer? These people must have the solution to my problem because they describe my problem so well. That's number 4. Do you articulate the client's problem and not talk about yourself so the client sees themselves in your website instead of you? Component number 5 is making sure that your website is optimized for Google. There are many different key technical changes you need to make to your website, far more than 40, to ensure that Google can find your website properly and Google pushes your website to the top 3 positions. Now, most websites are not optimized for Google because the web designers create beautiful sites, but they don't create technical sites that actually are made to be found in Google. So you've got to ask yourself the question, is my website easily found in Google by Google because it's been optimized for Google? Your website needs to have the key search phrases and terms in relevant pages on your website that people are actually typing into Google. So if someone types into Google, physiotherapist, Gold Coast, then does your website contain those keywords? Because if it doesn't, your website's not going to come up. But if it does, your website has a bigger chance of being pushed to the front of Google. Now, is every page on your website optimized for the correct keywords that people are actually typing into Google, not the words that you would like them to type in? There's a very big difference. Number 7, this is very important. Most websites are designed by graphic designers who love pretty but don't understand conversion. So the design of your website has to be conversion optimized. We call it a conversion optimized design. Are the right things in the right places for people to make a psychological decision to take the next step? That's very different to making a beautiful site. And so it's called user experience. It's really has its depths in psychology of what people need to see to be able to make a decision to say, I have trust in this business and I'm ready to take the right step now. Is your website conversion optimized design, or is it just pretty? Number 8 is all about video. Do you know that web pages with videos have a 50% higher conversion rate than web pages without videos? And so we live in a video age. There is more content on video being produced every day than any other type of content. And so I want to encourage you to put video on your website. Now, it doesn't have to be of you. It doesn't have to be flashy like a TV commercial. You know, this video that I have right now is not high production, but it's high value. And so do you have high value videos on your website that people and visitors can look at, and do they build trust in your business, your brand, and in you? Number 9. This is also very important, and that is every website has a hot, cold, and warm offer. So a cold offer is for someone who's not going to call you and they're going to leave, but you give them something for free in exchange for their details. A warm offer is for someone who knows you, but they're not ready to call, but they know a bit more about you. So they're willing to take a bit more of an investment and maybe watch a long form video and spend some time, but not call. But a hot offer is book a call. For someone to book a strategy session, for someone to buy the product, or someone to actually make a phone call. Now, when you advertise that phone call or strategy session or appointment, you need to make sure that it's actually providing value to the prospect and not just looks like a sales meeting. So instead of saying book a call so we can sell you, which is what most people think when they book a call, you might say, why don't you book a call and we'll help you find the top 3 changes you can make to your website in the next 30 days that will increase your leads. See how there's a value exchange there. You book the call with me and I'll give you some tips to improve your website. That's the type of call to action you need to have on your website that encourages people to actually book the call. And the last component I want to talk to you about now is the speed of your website. Now, I know this can get very technical and I don't want to be technical. You just need to know this, that your site has to be super fast, because if it isn't, Google will penalize it and push it down. If you're running ads and you have a slow loading website, Google will charge you more, Facebook will charge you more, LinkedIn, YouTube will charge you more to show your ads to people because it doesn't want to give them a bad user experience. It wants to make sure that their users, Facebook wants to make sure their users have a good user experience. And if they send their users to a slow page, it's a bad user experience. So they will restrict how many people they send and they'll push the price up. So you need to make sure that your website is super fast if you are running paid advertising. So they are 10 of the 40 components that you need to make sure your website has turned on and tweaked so it can grow your business and go from a white elephant into a lean, mean sales machine. So I want to make an offer to you. You've stuck around for this long, and I want to tell you about a website audit that we can do on your website. Now, this audit is the first step to knowing what you should do. You know, we want to know how bad is it. You know, we're like doctors and we want to diagnose the problem before we prescribe a solution. And so every website we work with, we go through a website audit. And we go through a whole bunch of auditing procedures, and we will give you a very detailed checklist of all the changes you need to make. We will also meet with you for an hour to go through it. I will meet with you personally and go through that with you and show you all the changes you can make and all the benefits that you can have from making those changes. I will also build a funnel for you, like a funnel that you can build into your website and present that to you. And we'll do all of this for a very low price. Now, normally we charge $1,100 to do this whole process for our clients, but every month we give 5 of these away for just $99. That's right, just $99. Now, you'll be spending real time with me. I will be reviewing your website. I will be building a funnel and building this checklist for you and presenting it to you. And you can do whatever you like with that. You can take it and you can implement it yourself. Or we can talk about how we can implement it. But you get all of that for just $99. Look, it is a no-brainer. My hourly rate is many, many more times that. And so it's a great deal. It's not something really you need to think too much about. We'll get to spend some time together. We only have a limited amount of these because obviously I have limited time, but it's pretty exciting. We've just met. You've listened for this long. I'd love to work with you, and I'd love to show you how we can turn your website into a lean, mean sales machine. Just $99, normally $1,100. So book it, click the button, check it out. Once you click the button, you'll go to a page where you can put your credit card details in. You can pay the $99. Straight after you submit that, we'll go to a page which is my personal calendar, and you can book a time in that calendar within the next 48 hours because I need some time to review the website. And then we'll meet up on Zoom and we'll talk face to face, and we will show you, and I will show you how you can revolutionize your website and really start getting more sales online and growing your business. All right, thanks for listening. It's been great sharing this information with you. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.